So, the other day I was hanging out in ManFaceJay's stream. Now, I'm sure you guys are mostly aware of who ManFaceJay is. He's an absolutely fantastic killer, lovely person, makes cracking content, I'm sure you're all completely aware. But we started talking about the Dredge, more so kind of where he stacks up in the tier list. Now, ManFaceJay said that for him, the Dredge is top 5 material. And I was a little bit unsure on that. I think it might be still a bit too early to tell, because the thing about the Dredge that I found right now is the more that I'm developing with Dredge, the more that I'm getting better with Dredge, the survivors are getting far, far superior at tackling him. And I personally said that he wasn't top 5 for me. I'm not too sure, that might change, but what I said was I think that the Artist is definitely top 5 material. I said that Artist is probably one of the strongest killers in the game. I think she's horrendously slept on and underrated. And ManFaceJay, how dare he do so, disagreed with me. I know. But in all seriousness, he basically said that he thinks that the Dredge is stronger than the Artist, and I absolutely disagree with that. I think that the Artist is stronger. I'm not going to say much stronger, because I do feel like they are very, very neck and neck. However, I just wanted to kind of get into this a little bit, talk about why I think that it's case, what Jay said to kind of fight his argument, and then what I was going to do is completely leave it up to you guys to kind of basically settle this. So with that being said, this is what Jay said about this debate, if you will.
He's very, you wouldn't say he's top 5. I'd say he is, man. I think he's a very strong killer, dude. Like, I think he's got huge potential. I think he's very much close to, it would probably be, if you had to put it out, if you had a very good blight, a very good nurse, like Dredge is there. Dredge is there with them. Like, I think you have to get like really fucking good with his ability, which I'm nowhere near good enough yet, but yeah, I think he's up there, man. Very, very strong killer. I think he's better than Artist. I don't think Artist is anywhere near Dredge level. Artist suffers a lot when it comes to... you reckon? See, that's the difference, isn't it? That's difference in opinion. See, for me, I don't think she's anywhere near that level. She hasn't got anywhere near the map pressure that Dredge has. How so? So her map pressure is sending 3 crows out in random directions. Dredge can fly around the map. He has an anti-loop, so does the Artist, but he's got a pick and choose option, whereas she also does with the crows, sure. But I think because she's lacking the map pressure, she can't be anywhere near the Dredge. Oh no, she's very good. She is a very good killer. She's got a very strong anti-loop. And I think a lot of people could do very well with her. But I'm just saying, in terms of if you put the Dredge next to the Artist, True said this the other day. If you think about it this way, right? If you put Dredge, if you put like a really top level AI bot playing the Dredge, and then a top level AI bot playing the Artist, which game would you think is quicker? Will end quicker? Which one do you think would end quicker? You know, but then again, you could say, yeah, but then the bird lady would have like 100% accuracy on the birds. Oh no, she's really good. I agree with you. I think the Artist is super strong. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, midwitch and stuff like that. Yeah, she's got a couple of hindrances, but what I'm saying is Dredge doesn't really have that. Yeah, I couldn't get 100%. No. But I'm just saying in general, like, I don't mean when I say that I think Dredge is better than the Artist. I mean in terms of he has got sheer map pressure compared to the Artist. Like, he can go anywhere, almost. And when the Artist is having a tough game, it's very hard for a comeback, I think. Whereas your Dredge still has that. I mean, the Nightfall ability alone is huge pressure. Those speed that he gets around those lockers, fucking hell, man, it's insane. He's so strong when he's in his Nightfall. I don't know. But everyone's different. Like, you might be very good at the Artist and you think that, you know, definitely better than the Dredge. And she probably is. For you. And for me, like, I'd say the Dredge is better.
So, fair enough, he made a bunch of fantastic points. Nightfall is absolutely fantastic, and the Dredge has some pretty decent map presence. Pressure, maybe, depends what the map is, how lucky you are, but one of the things that they said was that the Artist can be very map dependent, and however much this is absolutely the case, maps like the game or Backwater Swamp that have multiple layers make it really tricky for the Artist to line up beds and to hit survivors that are potentially higher or lower than the killer. However, they didn't really say that the Dredge also can be incredibly map dependent. If you go to a map like Eyrie of Crows, like to Backwater Swamp, or to Mother's Dwelling, the lack of lockers absolutely cooks the Dredge. The amount of times that I've been sent to one of those maps as the Dredge and been absolutely smashed by the survivors because I have not been physically able to get anywhere really without having to sacrifice time to move to a locker to then move to actually where I really wanted to go. So I do think that they both share that trait, in which most maps are pretty good for both of them. However, they do have a couple where, you know, they will be at a bit of a disadvantage, and that's more or less the case for all killers. They're actually pretty lucky that it's only a couple that disaffect them. Now, the reason why I think that the Artist is superior to the Dredge is because I don't think there is a killer that can completely shut down loops like the Artist does. They both have some form of anti-loop where it kind of works the same, and to counter it you more or less have to do the same thing and move from tile to tile. However, with the Dredge, you're able to get a hit, recharge, look where you're going, maybe teleport, maybe don't know what to do depending on what tile they've gone to. But with the Artist, I have absolutely crushed survivors in a matter of 5 seconds because they, and I mean like good survivors as well who know what they're doing, because I've got them into a weak part of the map, I've set up a couple of beds, and that is history. Artist is probably the best killer for shutting down loops. And my point is the fact that Dredge can still really struggle at loops. Even though he's got a decent anti-loop, he can really still struggle at the shack, he can really still struggle at jungle gyms that run into TNL walls. And don't get me wrong, so can the Artist, but you can use hair power so much more efficiently in shutting those down. If you know that a survivor is probably going to bounce from one map to the next, or tile, sorry, what you can do is you can set up a bed that cuts off the access, swing them around, and they have nowhere to go. The Artist is absolutely brutal for that, and I think whatever the Dredge may have in the form of map presence over the Artist can make up that by the fact that she can shut down any loop in the game. And then Jay also talked about the fact that the Dredge has map presence. Yes, absolutely, probably one of the best in the game. The way you can bounce from tile to tile to tile of obviously is absolutely fantastic. However, I think you can get just as much information from the Artist. If you are good with your beds, if you are strategic with your beds, and if you are careful with them, you should be able to go from chase to chase incredibly quickly. And even irrelevant of perks can obviously really help this. If you put barbecue on the Artist, and you are good with your beds, you can down a survivor potentially 10 seconds after you've hooked somebody with barely moving away from them. Whereas with the Dredge, I have found that survivors are really starting to kind of hone in on his weaknesses, and I do think that he's probably mid to bottom of the A tier if I had to say, whereas Artist, I would put her at the bottom of the S tier personally. I just think however strong the Dredge is, he does have his weaknesses, so does the Artist of course, and good survivors will be able to exploit that, but they can exploit the Dredge's weaknesses more. If you bottleneck a survivor into a dead end, like say in one of the corners of the game, you can set up a bed at one direction, and the only way that they'll be able to get out of that is if they mind game it, or if they dead hard through it. But you can expect both of those, which kind of makes it irrelevant. You can just shut down survivors so easily. And also, I just want to say that I am not cemented in this idea. If people kind of suggest reasons why the Dredge is actually superior, I'm not going to be, no, I said the Artist, I am right, I am never wrong kind of thing. I am definitely open to feedback and to kind of understanding where people are coming from if they do think that the Dredge is in fact stronger. I personally don't, but I really do think it's close either way. I think they are very neck and neck. I think they have two very strong killers, but I would have to say that the Artist is stronger. And that's why I wanted to make this video, just to kind of see where you guys think. For those of you who maybe play more Dredge or even play survivors, is it easier for you to take on a Dredge? Is it easier for you to take on an Artist? Why is your reasoning? What's your play level? I would love for you guys to get involved and kind of settle this, because I really feel like this is a fascinating debate. I feel like it is a really close one, so the little details will matter the most. And I may be biased. We all know that I'm a massive fan of the Artist, and I think she's the most underrated killer in the game, but I don't know if my bias is clouding my vision a little bit. That's where you guys come in, so please let me know down below where you think Artist stacks up. If you think that the Artist is stronger than the Dredge, please let me know why. If you think that the Dredge is stronger than the Artist, please let me know why. I cannot wait to read what you put, and hopefully we can sort this shit out so that we don't have to fight anymore, Jay. I mean, we're not fighting anyway, but for the sake of drama. But that is basically all of it from me today. I've said my piece. If I forget anything else, if I wanted to mention anything else, I'll maybe leave a comment down below kind of explaining a further reason why I think it may be the case. But that is going to be it from me today. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave your comments down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I need to stop with the long ass outros and intros. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.